Your heart sank when his lips touched your earlobe. You cannot do this, you pleaded. Pray that your father save you, otherwise, how will you handle my monstrous side? He didn't stay more and stormed out of the room. You looked at your hand that was red due to the burn. You went inside the bathroom, opening every cabinet in search of any ointment, but there was nothing. Coming out, you opened the closet. The familiar cologne hit your nostrils. You touched the dresses. That was his. There was something else that captured your sight. Your pictures when you were friends. He still has them. You picked up few photos and your eyes watered when those moments flashed through your memory. How dared you to touch my things? You jumped at his presence and squealed in pain when he turned you around with your already burnt hand. He gritted his teeth but soon got worried when you hissed. He checked your hand that was in his fierce grip. What the hell? How this happened? You were taken aback by his concern. He made you sit on the bed examining your hand. Then he started shouting for servants. Getting first aid box from them, he treated your hand. Your heart squeezed more seeing his care. Thank you said under your breath, and his face became stoic. It felt like the spell broke when he suddenly jerked your hand away. Taehyung, didn't I warn you not to take my name? His jaw clenched as and he held your face tightly, digging his fingers in your skin. Be in your limits, understand? Understood. You replied fast. He wanted to hate you, but your tears again made him weak. His heart pricked and he left your face to avoid the sight. You will stay in this room and you are not allowed to go out. Seeing that, he stepped out and didn't look back. Jan's father was keenly looking at her pictures that I provided to make him believe that she is in my hands. So, what do you say about the deal? I agree. I frowned at this easy. You didn't even think. I'm agree for any demand, Mr. Kim. He was now caressing her pictures with intense gaze. I found it strange, but then shrugged it. My heart wasn't at ease for letting Jan go. Bring her in tonight's party. We will seal the deal there. I came out of my thoughts and nodded. I will take my leave then. I thought you loved her, but guess what? That was just a childhood crush. Otherwise, why would you sell her here? That infuriated me. Why he was so casual about his daughter getting kidnapped and now dealing her like this. I don't have time for such emotions. I left this place before I could lost my patience. I came back and saw her sleeping soundly on my bed. How will I let you go? I just found you. Seeing you after so many years, my long lost love is now out of my control. I stroked her cheek softly. Don't love me, but stay with me. Let me love you. The heart of this maniac only beats for you. She slowly opened her eyes, and I distanced myself, covering my face with a tough look. What were you? Before she could question, I cut her. Get ready till late. You will be returned to your father. Are you saying he agreed to some deal? I scoffed at her, acting all innocent. You almost convinced me that he doesn't care for you, but he is dying to see you. She seriously seemed shocked at news and somehow scared too. Whatever. Both of you entered the party hall. Taehyung was holding your hand. You were stealing glances, but his face was blank. You looked at your hand in his possessive hold. I don't want to go. He stopped and looked at your scared face. Why, are you now in love with me? He mocked with a grin. I don't feel it right. My father is not a good man. You deserve such people, Jan. You bit your inner cheek, trying to control your tears at his venom dipping words. Hello, sir and ma'am. This is the file. Deal is signed. Dihong took the file and opened it. He was more shocked now. Things were happening way too smoothly. Ma'am, this way, please. She looked at Taehyung, hoping he might stop you. He made fist of hands that his nails digged in his palms, but he didn't say anything and averted his eyes to other side. You left. Taehyung saw them entering in a VIP room. He knew his father would be proud of him, but he was again left empty-handed. He rubbed his chest, trying to relax. Why it feels like something not so good will happen. Few minutes passed and he again looked at that door that was little opened. His steps took him towards that room. People were enjoying the mafia party, but his mind was only occupied with your thoughts. Once he reached the door, he stopped, hearing voices from inside. Ah, I never thought she will grow up. She created a fuss few moments ago. I don't think so. She will give in that easily. Andrew know how to control such. Taehyung's heart beat furiously, trying to decode their conversation. She will be useful, and if not, then she will die, just like her mother. Andrew will be happy after having Jan all by himself. He was talking about Jan. Very next moment, Taehyung entered with gun in his hand. Where is Jan? He barked, putting his gun at your father's forehead. What are you? I asked, where is she? He pressed the gun more. Room 302. Taehyung hit his head and shot the other men who were there. Wine party turned into a blood pool. He was running in range, finding that room. Leave me, you screamed at the top of your lungs when his tight hold around your waist bruised your skin. Why so furious, huh? Your own father traded your body, and I will claim. You cried more at your fate, trying to be free from his clutches. You knew something was fishy, but you never expected that you will be sold like this. Taehyung, you mumbled his name, remembering every good moment you had with him. Andrew pulled a fistful of your hairs, and you whimpered in pain.
He pushed you, your legs wobbled, and you fell on the floor. You deserve such people, Jan. His words echoed in your mind, and you closed your eyes in regret. You regretted for how much pain you gave him by leaving him. Maybe I really deserve this. You yelled in pain when Andrew stomped his shoe at your hand, crushing it severely. He laughed, hearing your screams. You were trying to remove his shoe while crying hysterically. That was the same hand that was burnt, and pain was unbearable. He removed when you were at the verge of being fainted. Then he pulled you on your feet with your wrist and tossed you at the bed like a rag doll. You were breathing heavily. Even that pain left far behind, and you stopped breathing when you saw him removing his belt. Those dark eyes at evil face were hawking you. No, please, please let me go. Andrew, I didn't even get started. Holding his belt, he leaned to tie your hands. You struggled with all your might. That irked him, and he slapped you hard. Door opened with a click sound that frustrated him more. Before looking at the intruder, he spat. Don't you know this is private? His voice buried deep inside when he saw the person. We? That one word flashed the life through your soulless body. But you didn't look at him. Andrew's grip around your hands loosened, and he stepped back, looking at Taehyung. Looks like I disturbed you, Andrew. Should I ask for forgiveness? His voice was as calm as sea, and Andrew almost wet his pants. How you hear? Words crumbled in his mouth. You dare to mess with my women. Your heart pounded vigorously. Andrew looked at you and then back at Taehyung. And when his eyes traveled to the gun in Taehyung's hand, he shivered badly. I am sorry, V. I will never do that again. I promise. I didn't even know. An ear-piercing scream left his mouth when Taehyung shot his both legs. You scooted back on the bed. You were never fond of violence or bloodshed. Taehyung's gaze fell at your trembling figure, and his eyes softened. He ran towards you. Sitting near you, he held your arms. Relax, Jan. It's me. You are safe. Calm down. Your eyes were at Andrew, who were now dragging by Taehyung's guards. He cupped your face in his hands and made you look into his eyes. It's over. I am here. You are safe. You sobbed loudly and hugged him tightly. He could feel your furiously beating heart. Jan, my father. I know, relax. Picking you up in bridal style, he left that place. After treating your hand, he was stuffing your mouth with food because you didn't want to eat. He put the plate aside after you finished it. I want to say something. I didn't want to left you years ago. I was blackmailed by. I know. I had a hint about it, but today it was confirmed. I am sorry. I don't deserve you, but I truly loved you, and I still love you. Why are you sorry? It's not like it's your fault. He moved more closer and caressed your face. But I hurt you. Your orbs widened. You came back to senses when his one hand traveled to your nape. After few more moments, he parted away and looked at your red face. Ta, you still turned into a tomato. He playfully mocked, and you hit his chest. He attached his head with yours. I love you so much. I love you too. He pulled you in his lap, embracing your body with love and care.